I'm Alex.
I'm Dave.
We're Ruins, and you're watching Metal Down Under.
Good evening. We are Ruins from Hobart, Tasmania. I remember back in the early days, it was, have dinner, fucking have some drinks, just hang out and play music and just write stuff that we were interested in hearing. So that's always been what Ruins have been about. The sum of your loss. I cannot understand. Begin your life, the fear of my discontent. Dark and punishing hell.
You feel like there's maybe no demand to tour and play. It's just simply about making music opposed to...
Yeah, pretty much. I think when it started, definitely, we actually didn't even plan to play live at all. We played together to the point that we had a bunch of songs, and we ended up with a demo just because someone was doing a student recording project, and we would take what we could get, and ended up with a demo, and then we had something that was sort of outward going. Then other people knew that we had a band, and so then we had to write more songs, and then we had a fucking album, and then we had an album. People said we better play a show, so that took about 4 or 5 years, but by 2006 was the first time we played live. We don't flog it.
Dave, everyone knows a lot about Psycroptic, and I think that's maybe, that blue chip band from the Tasmanian metal scene. Tell me about the Tasmanian metal scene, because I don't think many people know much about it.
It's a great scene. It's got a lot of talent, but a lot of bands are faced with this invisible wall, or actually, a big body of water that they put up, and they're like, well, we can't get out there and make it because it's too hard. So
an illusion of isolation.
Yeah, right.
It's like an hour between Hobart and Melbourne, and it might be a bit hard if you're from North Korea or something, but the interesting thing about isolated places really is that they generally do produce a high, I find like a high level elite fucking art.
Right,
really,
okay.
I'm not just talking about Tasmania, but if you have a concentration of anything, it dilutes sort of like, here in Sydney there's so many bands, so many people, and things about the industry that will influence the art. And that's not like that in Tasmania. In Tasmania, no one's caught up with any of that. There's none of the idea of potential success. The other interesting thing about Tasmania would be, in a smaller market, if you can even call it a market, there's not the room for, in Sydney or Melbourne or something, there's enough of a metal scene with enough content that you can have 3 or 4 or 5 or 600 factions of like, we do this and we do that and it's different than this, and let's fucking divide. And in Tasmania, really, even if you just play original music and you're not in a cover band, there's only one venue to play or something, so everyone's in the same boat. It's not even about like the whole metal scenes together, power metal, black metal, death metal, grind, or it's not even like that. It's like if you're in a hip hop band, there's original, playing your own songs, you're playing at the same venue as Psycroptic or
and you're playing with
Ruins.
the same people.
You're playing the same people a lot of the time too.
That's the great thing about say a Ruins gig or a Psycho gig in Hobart. There might be 200-300 people there. They're not all just metalheads, and that's awesome from a performance point of view. It's like this is wow, just this mutual respect that everyone gives each other. It's killer.
terms of a concept for Ruins, is Ruin a satanic black metal band, or is...
I think like the idea of a black metal band not being about Satan, or the idea of Satan, is kind of ridiculous, really.
Yeah.
Black magic is black magic. Black metal is black metal. Like that said, like people's interpretation of anything, it's the same as any sort of religious ideas, is or spiritual ideas, is the trappings of cult and the mentality that goes with once you have any kind of collective. I don't want to get too philosophical, right? So we don't want to go for too long, but everything's relative. It's sort of the same as saying, like, we're not Christians, right? But in the climate of a holy war, when the Islamic world is attacking the Christian world, it really doesn't matter if we think we're Christians or not, because we're secular Christians, at least to them. You know, and I don't mean to talk like us and them and stuff, but it's all about context, and there's a time and a place for everything. If I was thinking about a person growing up in a repressed kind of Christian upbringing or something, the idea of presenting a seductive Satan to them is sort of, I'm all for it, really. But I see the idea of Satan as kind of a key to the gate, spiritually, to you know, give people a chance to develop their own freedom and personal power.
That's it, yeah.
It's
The man himself.
fella downstairs.
You just mentioned that you are recording a new album. When are we going to sort of see something?
That's really on the way. Really, I've been saying for a long time. It's a couple of months.
The drums are done, so it's just finding time to do the rest of the shit. I'm done. I'm happy. Well, not happy. I'm never happy. Fucking pissed off, to be honest. But it's going to be a challenging album.
There's no rush.
Yeah.
But we want to get it out before the end of the year.
Oh, we're not going anywhere. Look, Ruins is an entity. It's like, fortunately, unfortunately, whatever. We're doing this for the rest of our lives. It's so, there's no rush.
Give me